technology and accuracy. Live life with no boundaries. A watch powered by any light. Never needs a battery. Citizen.
I'm Jenny Garth, and as a mother of 3, I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. But here in America, that is a real worry for 1 in 5 children. Even though we are one of the most food-rich countries in the world, 15 million children don't know where their next meal is coming from. This is unacceptable, and something the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks is working to solve. Instead of accepting that our country lets billions of pounds of surplus food go to waste every year, Feeding America has made it their mission to help families in need by rescuing this food. Through food pantries and meal programs, the nationwide network of food banks provides more than 3 billion meals, serving virtually every community in the United States, including yours. Join me in supporting Feeding America and your local food bank by visiting feedingamerica.org. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're Feeding America.
Super Bowl 50 on CBS.
This is where new heights are reached.
51 touchdowns.
Records set.
Yes,
Memories recorded.
one of the epic performances.
In the not-so-distant future, someone will ask, where were you when? You were with us. CBS Sports. Then, now, and always.
Welcome back to Belson Stadium on the campus of St. John's University in Queens, New York for the NASL Championship final. No score after 45 minutes between the top-seeded New York Cosmos and number 2 seed Indy 11. Well, the 2016 NASL combined seasons were no doubt a thriller, evident in the 2 teams that are matched up here today in the championship final. And both Cosmos and Indy 11 players well represented in the 2016 NASL awards. The Golden Ball given to the league's MVP goes to the New York Cosmos' Juan Arango, the Venezuelan midfielder, finishing second in the league in both goals and assists. Now, FC Edmonton goalkeeper Matt Van Oekel, he gets the Golden Glove. We will see more on him in a bit. Minnesota's Christian Ramirez takes home the Golden Boot on the back of an 18-goal season. Indy head coach, you see him here tonight, Tim Hankinson, Coach of the Year after leading the Indy 11 to an unbeaten spring season, and of course this championship final. Young Player of the Year to FC Edmonton's Pape Diakite. Carolina Railhawks win the Fair Play Award, and Humanitarian of the Year midfielder Michael Lahoud from Miami FC for his work with children in need in his native Sierra Leone. Congratulations to the award winners, and now let's enjoy the top plays of the year.
Number 5.
Rocco.
Number 4.
They're only 6 points out of a playoff spot and 49 goals, which is the most in the league.
One ball forward for Ramirez, one-timer. And that's in the back of the net! Christian Ramirez puts his name on the board right away.
Number 3.
Bovert. Diosa leads it in. Wow, David Diosa scores. Takes the volley and beats Enjock far post, and it's 1-0 Cosmos.
Number 2.
Open it up, get everyone attracted in.
Now here's Sandoval.
Your top play.
Into a little bit more of a challenge. Darnell King, a long throw. Ball's going to bounce down. It's free in the box. Bicycle kick! Goal! Rowdies! What a play! What a shot! And it's 1-0 Rowdies. Joe Cole on it, too.
As for the actual goal of the year, Indy 11's Duke Lacroix wins the honor in the fan vote as we watch this nifty score against Tampa Bay back on October 19th. Now, this is pretty impressive because Lacroix only had 2 goals in league play this year. Now, let's take a look as we watch another shot of that amazing goal. Here's your top goalkeeper in FC Edmonton's Matt Van Oekel, earning the league's highest award for a keeper after posting a record-setting goals against average of .55 for the Eddies. Now, players like Matt Van Oekel and also Michael LaHoo, they were all in town in New York City this week to actually receive their awards, and several of them are right here at Belson Stadium enjoying the championship final tonight. When we come back, Bill Spalding and Chet Messing return with first half highlights. This is the NASL Championship Final on CBS Sports Network.
Shh. Can you feel it? That vibe. It's here on America's best beaches. Feel it in unique mashups of amazing, crazy, and wow. So within every moment, you live amplified. St. Pete Clearwater, solar powered and radiating 1 million megawatts of possibility. Dive in deeper at liveamplified.com.
Every hour. Set 'em wild, set 'em wild, set them free. You cannot lose, so go ahead, set 'em free.
If Old Spice sweat defense helps keep me feeling dry, how would they know I worked hard? I've got to make stuff harder. There, that's hard.
Welcome to Stouffer's Fit Kitchen. Prime cuts of meat, 25 grams of protein, and savory mouth-watering sides. It's the perfect balance of delicious and nutritious, making it just the right fit for you. Stouffer's Fit Kitchen meals. This is fit.
Diane went to Lowe's and found this beautiful lifelike tree. It's so realistic, I feel like I'm back in the forest. Sorry, headlights. Get me every time.
Now get your choice of GE Real Lights for only $9.99 and make your home happy at Lowe's.
Time has always had its own energy. We move with light. We rise with light. We live with light. Echo Drive, powered by light. Any light never needs a battery. Citizen.
Walk on, ancient queen. Follow those who pale in your shadow. Did you make you cry? Make you break down? Shadow your illusions of love. Now tell me, is it over now? Do you know how to pick up the pieces and go home?
Rated M for mature.
This is what precision feels like. Magnetic Ride Control actively monitors road conditions 1,000 times per second to deliver a comfortable ride.
1,000 times, huh?
Yep, per second. This is the new Sierra Denali from GMC. This is the precision of professional grade. Or it's Black Friday all month long at your GMC dealer with cash back for 20% of the MSRP on select 2016 Sierra 1500 double cab vehicles in stock. That's over $8,900 on this 2016 Sierra.
Tomorrow at 9 Eastern, join us for The Finish Line with 10 elite military veteran athletes competing in intense challenges that put their physical strength and mental toughness to the test with $50,000 on the line. The 2016 Power Triumph Games, right here on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. After 45 minutes, no score between the Cosmos and the Indy 11 in the NASL Championship game in New York City. Hi again, everybody, alongside Cosmos goalkeeper Chet Messing. I'm Bill Spalding. Glad to be with you. Shep, your overall impressions on those first 45 minutes?
Well, Bill, I think it was tense. I think it was played at a pretty high pace. I think it was just on the edge of getting overly physical. Both these teams, Bill, they're looking for that breakthrough moment.
Let's take a look at those first half highlights. It started really strong for Indy 11 before the Cosmos rebounded in the second half. Don Smart was a real problem for the Cosmos. Early on, he created a great chance for Eamon Zaid.
Well, that's a big save by Jimmy Maurer early in the game. New York had their opportunities as well. Good little through ball into the area. Flores can't get it under the crossbar. It was a back-and-forth game. Indy 11, once again, that man, Don Smart, I thought he was the best player the first 45 minutes. New York giving him way too much space. New York comes back. This a big moment, and John Bush times it beautifully. New York continued to attack.
Yeah, both goalies definitely were tested in that first half. You said it, Jeff, that you thought the final 20, the Cosmos really turned it around. Jairo Arrieta had a good chance off. Kind of a funky bounce there.
Well, again, there's always an ebb and flow to the game. I thought New York ended the first half playing with much more aggression, better possession. Again, Don Smart saves a goal-scoring opportunity. He was terrific.
He covered a ton of the pitch in that first half. Back and forth. It should be a really fun half number 2. Cosmos and Indy 11 for the NASL Championship final. We're scoreless at halftime.
Get to you, they'd have to get past us. Learn more at Navy.com.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know, wherever you are.
Going up?
Going down like Jack Nicklaus's major record. And I'm not talking about Tiger Woods. I'm talking about Jordan Spieth. This kid's amazing. And think about it. His career, it's just getting started. Nothing's gonna stop him.
We taught him how to hit a baseball, how to hit a receiver, the strike zone, the net. You taught him how to hit the upper corner. You even taught him how to hit the open man. But how much time have you spent teaching him what not to hit?
No score in New York City. NASL Championship final between the Cosmos and Indy 11. Tim Hankinson, the Indy 11 head coach, is with Tina down on the pitch.
Coach Hankinson, we saw some great defensive plays, especially from Don Smart, the way he slid into Iose to prevent a goal. What do you want to continue to see from your defensive third in the second half?
Well, it's got to be midfield defensively better organized. You know, Arango and these guys are finding too many gaps to check back into it, to get on the ball, and then they start playing their quick, short combinations, which is very dangerous to us. So hopefully we can fill those holes and be more compact in the second half.
Coach, thank you. Bill Sheff, back to you.
All right, thanks, Tina. Let's take a look at those first half stats. Slower start for the Cosmos, but 8 shots overall, but only 1 on target.
Well, again, we just heard Tim Hankinson talk about his concern with how New York Cosmos midfield was doing so well, finding space, finding time, making those runs. Both of these teams, Bill, they'd like to have more shots on goal, and most importantly, they'd like to have one go in.
Chev, you want to talk about a coaching legend. How about Tim Hankinson? 36 years in his career. He's coached at all levels, including the MLS. Last year, he was in Jamaica at Montego Bay. And this year, he has really turned this Indy 11 franchise around after 2 years struggling. His first season, here they are in the NASL Finals.
Well, Tim Hankinson, I've known him since he was a coach at Syracuse. I've admired him in terms of his coaching ability. Well-deserved honor this year as Coach of the Year, but I'll tell you what, NASL, there is no way in the world Giovanni Savarese also doesn't belong having at least 1 or 2 of those in his cabinet. Neither one of those, though, they don't care about that. They care about winning this game.
Soccer Bowl trophy on the line to the winner. No score as we start half two. Indy 11 in white, Cosmos in green. And for the goaltenders, it's friendlier territory in half two as they're in front of their own fan sections. Eamon Zide had a couple chances at goal in the first 10 minutes or so. Not many touches since for the 15-goal scorer for Indy 11.
Zide is not a player that's going to dominate the ball. He's a player that's going to, you've got to focus on him for 90 minutes or he's going to stick one in. So New York has to concentrate on marking him.
Sinisha Ubi-Parapovic over-touched it, and the ball is straight into the hands of Jimmy Maurer. Shep, how long before we see a change if the game stays here 0-0? One change has already been made. Gerardo Torrado, the legendary Mexican midfielder, into the game for Indy 11. Cosmos work it forward. This is Ruben Bover. Slides it wide. Ball redirected out toward Orozco, and he'll let it roll for a throw. Cosmo possession. There is Gerardo Torrado in his first season in the NASL. Talked with folks around the team. He had himself a fun Friday night watching Mexico top the United States to start the Hex.
Yeah, what a big surprise when Torrado signed with Indy 11. The established, esteemed Mexican international certainly adds a lot to the team. Whatever he has left, he can give them.
One of the things Tim Hankinson said is that he has that championship game experience. Cosmos turn it the other way, across toward Arrieta, is well played by Colin Falvey. This is Don Smart again. Smart had a very good first 45 minutes. He's being shadowed by Ioze along the right side. Ubi-Parapovic, Justin Braun. And a foul goes against the Cosmos, but Braun shoves Reversio afterwards. Again, referee Alan Chapman stepping in to take control here. He's yet to issue a card either way today.
Well, we talked about the size and strength of Justin Braun. He's a physical monster in the best sense of the world, and both Reversio and Mendez have their hands full. Here, Reversio has his hands full of Braun's shirt, and that's why the little bit of a tussle, maybe a little embellishment going down, and Alan Chapman doing a good job keeping his finger on the pulse of this game.
Free kick, Indy 11, 49th minute, no score in the NASL Championship final. Nemanja Vukovic into the mixer. Reversio got a head to it, and it comes out to Braun. Good work by Reversio to win the aerial ball and keep things clean in front of goaltender Jimmy Maurer. Ball was mishit by Torrado, throw in for the Cosmos. Torrado takes the place of Dylan Mayers, the 24-year-old, on the left side of that midfield diamond for Indy 11.
Yeah, that's a good substitution. Dylan Mayers has had a very good season, but he didn't have much of an influence the first 45 minutes. And to be able to bring in Torrado, it's a luxury for Tim Hankinson.
Torrado, 37 years old, played the last 19 years in Mexico. And after the season ended in Mexico, it was almost an immediate signing with Indy. So he's going on close to a full year without a real break. And it's part of the reason why he's only 45 minutes fit at this point. Still a guy who has been through the ringer, 3 World Cups. He will not be at all afraid of a championship moment here today.
Well, we're in the 50th minute. We've talked championship, and what's it going to be? So many times it's a magical moment or a mistake or a half a chance. Who's going to be the player or players that win it? Who are going to be the ones to lose it?
And the other side has created much of the first 5 minutes of this second half. Cosmos make a foray forward here. Flores dispossessed. There's Tirado on top of the ball. Trying to find side. Way too much on it from Gerardo Tirado. And the goalkeeper Maurer will keep it in play for New York.
We've talked a lot about how Indy 11 has had a marvelous season, resurrection under Tim Hankinson, but I think equally for New York, in their history in the league, I think this has been Giovanni Savarese's greatest coaching season. So, outstanding year for this team.
Flores' ball is redirected back toward Moffitt now.
Second decision by Janicki. A little 1-2 played into the area. Realizes Bush is going to get there. Pokes it out for the corner.
Cosmos' 5th corner kick today. They've gone short a number of times. Ayoze straight off the block. He's done that a couple of times today. I think that was Ring. All the way back to Roversio. What's it gonna take to find that breakthrough? 53rd minute. We're scoreless in the final. Looking to get it forward toward Arango. Orozco's pass picked. Bouncing ball. Bush is forced to punch it.
Well, the flag is up.
Yep,
offside. Good pressure, though. Once again, New York dominating in terms of possession. Indy 11 can't get the ball out of their own area. Good goalkeeping by John Bush. How many times am I going to say that? Again, the technique is perfect. Knows how to approach every ball, reach that ball at its height, at its apex, and punches it out.
You mentioned it earlier. You think the Cosmos have had the run of play for maybe the last half hour of this game, and they come forward again with Ruben Bover. Bover drives from distance, Bush the save, and he spills no rebound.
Well, the momentum of the game has changed. They're now playing like New York likes to play, flowing 4 players out of the midfield to the edge of the area.
This ball slid out by Mendez. Cosmos not as deep on the bench. Do you see any changes coming in the next 10 or 15 minutes?
Yeah, I really don't. I think, first of all, you alluded to the lack of depth on the bench for New York, but second of all, Bill, they're playing well, and they really have the run of play. Things look good, so no need for Giovanni Savarese to think about a change.
This comes all the way through and out for a goal kick. How about for Indy? Of course, Tirado already in it, but have some talented finishers like Duke Lacroix or Suleiman Eula on the bench, and also a couple more options in the midfield or on the back line.
Well, right now a concern for New York because Roversio is down in his own penalty area, and he has had an injury-prone season. He is making all the motions of trying to stretch out the right leg, the right groin.
If he can't continue, in your opinion, what's the Cosmos' best option coming off the back?
Well, Giovanni Savarese has 2 in Oxford and Ochieng. I think it would be Ochieng, but let's see if it's premature or not. Obviously, an issue, the right groin for Roversio. He's had that injury before.
There is Gio Savarese. He's been the coach of the Cosmos through all 4 NASL seasons in their second stint in the league. Of course, 5 titles back in the first era of the NASL when guys like Pele and my broadcast partner, Shep Messing, were part of the group.
I had the easiest job in America. Get the ball to Pele and Franz Beckenbauer and Carlos Alberto.
So Roversio will come off the pitch for a bit, but a positive sign to see him jogging along the sideline. Big physical center back for the Cosmos. As a goalie, Shep, when you've been in these types of games, do you start to feel the pressure build more and more when you're sitting back there realizing the game is tied because your mistakes are so magnified when you're a tender?
One thing about being a goalkeeper is you have to have short-term memory loss. You can't worry about the last minute or the next minute. You've got to stay laser-focused on the next ball, the next play.
That took a tough bounce off the pitch and out. Throw-in coming for the Cosmos. And here comes Reversio right back in. That's a sight for sore eyes for Cosmos fans.
That's a good sign. Reversio coming back in. Let's see if he holds up.
Cosmos, the #1 seed, the combined table champions and the fall season champions. Indy 11, the spring season champions, which means 10 games into a 32-game regular season, they had already clinched a playoff spot. Still challenged for the top of the table in that second season, the fall season. And Tim Hankinson said the real goal in the fall was to get the team peaking by postseason time. Arango dispossessed, and Falvey had it momentarily. It's taken right back. Ruben Bover slings it out. Here's Yahandri Orozco working the end line. Orozco's cross blocked. Arango! Falvey got in the way and blocked it again, and Smart sticks a boot through it. Couple of blocks there from Colin Falvey, a warrior on the defensive end, playing with some stitches on his forehead. That cross overcooked, rolls out for Moffitt, looking to keep it alive. It's taken away. Here comes Ubi Pardapovic. Has Zide off to the right. Braun made a run. Instead, they go to the outside, and Toronto looking for Braun. Ryan Richter blocks the pass. Ubi Pardapovic fighting for the loose ball. Richter runs it down again. That was maybe the best test for Ryan Richter so far today on that left side, and he comes up and aces it. Foul on the Cosmos. Ball back to Indy 11.
Well, again, the pace of the game has picked up. New York flowing into the attacking third. And Giovanni Savarese, when he talked to Tina Servasio, he mentioned it. He said he wanted the team to be careful when they lose the ball. He said Indy 11's been very good in transition.
And look, there's Reversio again. Looks like he's limping a bit. Training staff will come check on Reversio once more. And this is not great news for the Cosmos. Defense has been so solid since he's been back in.
Yeah, he's coming out. I don't think there's any doubt that he's coming out of the game.
He gave it a go. It looks like you were right. Ochieng ready to be signaled in. 24-year-old David Ochieng, who has already had a big career with the Kenyan national team, and he'll take over for Reversio. Shep, what are some of the similarities and some of the differences between Reversio and Ochieng?
Well, I'm very impressed with this young international from Kenya, Ochieng, but they're very different players. Ochieng, more physical, more athletic, stronger. Reversio, so much better with the ball at his feet. Smooth and elegant, better passer of the ball.
Now, test for the young nerves for center back David Ochieng as he enters the first Cosmos substitute in the 59th minute. Arrieta trying to put some pressure on the back line for Indy 11. John Bush sends it forward. There's Nemanja Vukovic. Had it bounce up, and he's tackled from behind. A foul goes against the Cosmos. Free kick, Indy 11. That was Bover tagged for the high challenge.
Well, now's when the game starts getting tense, Bill. You're talking about the 60th minute, 0-0. It almost feels like it's sudden death, right? Who could get a goal and then maybe fight to hang on to the lead?
Now, both these coaches anticipated it would take multiple goals to win. They both said that a couple of days ago. But so far, each goaltender's only been credited officially with 1 save, so not a whole lot on target yet, with just a half hour to go in regulation of this NASL Championship final. Ochieng's first touch of the day is a confident one. He finds Moffitt. Rolls back to Ubi Pardapovic. This is Marco Franco. Haven't had to call his name much on the right side of the back line for Indy 11. Ayose finds Arango. Will give and go between Ayose and Arango. Intercepted. Franco, tough tackle, and that's a foul. Iose in a bit late. Free kick, Indy 11.
I think New York getting a little too upset with the referee, Alan Chapman. You can't take your focus off the game. It's okay for the coach to be upset. I think clearly that's a foul on Iose. I don't think there's any doubt about that. But again, in the heat and passion of the game, Iose can't believe it. To be fair to Giovanni Savarese, he's got the worst seat in the house. He can't really see it.
You know, you rarely meet a player who will admit to committing a foul throughout the flow of a matchup. In the 62nd minute, Indy 11 in New York, Cosmos playing for the Soccer Bowl trophy, the NASL Championship final. Torado, long way out, and he got underneath it. Goal kick, Cosmos. Now there is Gerardo Torado, and while we have a chance, let's check in with Tina Servacio again.
So Shep said that Giovanni has the worst seat in the house, and he was repeating to the fourth official, that is not a foul, that is not a foul. What has said Giovanni, especially throughout the first half, he just feels they're not calling enough fouls on the Indy 11. There's been a lot of jersey tugging, and that has frustrated them quite a bit. Bill?
Thanks, Tina. Shep, your thoughts so far on officiating?
Yeah, listen, I'm trying to think what my friend Eric Bonalda said. He said, players win games, coaches are involved in game, and referees ruin games. But I think Alan Chapman's done a very good job.
I'm with you.
All you got to do is call it the same for both teams. He's done that.
Arango, long way out, tried to curl it in and got too much on it. That's mishit by Richter. Shep, we saw Torado take that shot from a long way out just a couple minutes ago. He's the type of player that you feel could easily find that magic moment in the final third of this regulation period.
Well, again, he doesn't have the legs or speed really to skin you on the dribble, but he's a smart player. He's a savvy player, and you can't give him a moment where he could do damage. But again, I think New York has the better of the run of play. This foul call by Alan Chapman.
Goes on Don Smart. Iose took a tumble. Free kick coming for the Cosmos.
If you're New York, what you really want to do, Bill, is they've got to get to the edge of the penalty area. If they can win a foul and a set piece and a direct kick there, nobody better than Juan Arango. Here's the foul on Iose.
Iose just now back to his feet. Cosmo free kick from good 45 yards or so out. They will move some big bodies, including the substitute Ochieng to the top of the 18. Arango just plays the possession play across to Adam Moffett. Ochieng. Too much on it. Goal kick coming. We've said Juan Arango's name more over the last 30 minutes or so, but do you feel like he's had his potential impact yet?
No, he doesn't, but I think the two players who really need to do more, or three players, for me, on New York, or Flores, Orozco's been invisible, and Ruben Bover really hasn't done as much as we're used to seeing him do. So everybody's got to step it up. I think there's still a very even game, and I think Indy 11, they're going to be dangerous sporadically. And anytime you have Justin Braun died on the field, you've got players to worry about.
You mentioned Zayed, and you want to talk about a guy who we haven't seen in a while. Since the 10th minute when Zayed had that great crack at goal, he may only have one or two more touches the entire game. He has not touched the ball yet in this second half.
Yeah, but my theory as a former goalkeeper is strikers are useless. They can do nothing for 89 minutes, and they stick a goal in. That's all they're paid to do.
Iose brings it wide. Sent through to the center. Ball still free in the mixer. And Falvey wraps it down the field. There's Carlos Mendez, the Cosmo captain, starting at forward. Janicki heads it back toward Orozco, one of those guys you said the Cosmos need to step up. He scored that 90th minute winner in the semifinal versus Rayo OKC last week. Cosmos building. Pace is slowed a bit here in the 66th minute. Orozco looking for Arango, and Falvey clears it away again. Good turn by Braun. Doesn't have numbers, and that's a smart play to send it back to the midfield. Sanisha Ubi-Padapovic wide for the right back Franco. Smart, he's onside. Don Smart, cross to the back, and he overshot Eamon Zide, who was uncovered on the back post. Cosmos get rid of it again. There's the danger of Don Smart, who created with a well-timed run.
Well, again, it was a moment of confusion between Ayoze and Adam Moffitt. Let Don Smart slip in behind him.
Arango out to Orozco. Yohandri Orozco's low cross taken care of. That's Janicki. This will be a Cosmo throw-in in the 68th minute. Still scoreless. NASL Championship final from New York City. With Shep Messing, Bill Spalding, Tina Servasio's down on the pitch as well. 0-0 game early on, a lot of back and forth. Much more Cosmo possession in the second half. Here's a cross looking for Flores, and that's easy for the goaltender John Bush. 4th all-time in the MLS in terms of games played in Major League Soccer. A 14-year career with the Chicago Fire, San Jose Earthquakes, and Columbus Crew. Another one of those guys, Shep, who added so much of a veteran presence in his first year with Indy. It was a huge roster overhaul under Tim Hankinson.
Well, they have a well-balanced team, Bill. They really do. They have good young talent. They have savvy veteran talent, but well-balanced. I mean, strong in goal, strong back four, good quartet in the midfield, two very complementary players up top. Justin Braun with his size and strength, pure target player. Perfect player for Zayed to play off of.
Mentioned John Bush from Queens, but he said during the week that wouldn't be a distraction. He only lived here for a couple of years, grew up in the South, no family left, and he said that was a-okay with him. Glad he didn't have to fill family obligations when he came back for the championship final. It's Carlos Mendez.
Well, this game now in the second half, much more Indy 11 looking to counterattack. Sitting 10 behind the ball, letting New York have possession, and only looking to spring a counterattack when they win the ball.
Is this more tactically what you were expecting from the start today for Indy 11, or have they just changed with the game at this point?
No, I think they've changed with the game. I expected them to play the way they did the first 25 minutes. They came out, they pressed high, and I thought they were really in the game. I think this is a more dangerous way for them to play.
Braun works it to Ubi-Padapovic. Ubi-Padapovic pinned into a double team, gets it back. Don Smart with Flores on his tail. Give and go. Don Smart lets it go, hits the bar! Smart again, and he fanned on it. Well, out of nowhere, an enormous chance for Indy 11.
That would have been an absolute golazo. You gotta be kidding me. We've been talking about him all night. He's been the best player on the field. Look at this give and go in a tight space. Smart, the give and go. Hits an absolute bomb with the left foot. What a goal that would have been. But woulda, coulda, shoulda. It hits the crossbar, the upper 90, and bangs out.
Second time he's hit the woodwork today. New life for the Cosmos. No score, 71st minute. Arango, a skipper, and that was dangerous as it took a short hop on Bush. As a former keeper, Shep, that was not as easy as it looked, right?
Yeah, John Bush again, cool, calm, collected, doesn't give up a rebound.
Cosmos go forward toward Orozco. Well covered there. Janicki intercepts the pass, brings it back to Bush in front of the Brickyard Battalion, a group of Indy 11 fans who made a 14-hour, 730-mile bus ride here to Queens.
Well, they're still thinking about that Don Smart shot that banged off the crossbar.
69th minute rip off the bar. We're still level, no score. Cosmos and Indy 11 in the NASL final. Referee will bring it back for a free kick for the Cosmos. And a card as well. Yellow card, Brad Ring, the first today for either side. So Brad Ring in the books, and he's a guy who has to play aggressively in his defensive midfield role, so he'll have to be cautious for the remainder of this one. And there still could be 49 more minutes left to go if we don't find a goal in the next 20 minutes or so. Let's check in with Tina again.
So here we have the coach's opinions on the foul. Tim Hankinson and his assistant coach, Tim Regan, saying that is not a foul. He just ran into him. It's part of the run of play. It's part of his momentum. But that yellow card was pulled out, guys.
Yeah, not only ruled a foul by Alan Chapman, but a card as well. Set piece Cosmos. They have not really threatened off a set piece yet today. And again, they'll just play possession for Moffitt. Gets it wide, Wanarongo. Under hit, Smart wins the second ball. Throw in for Indy 11. Now, 2 crossbars today for Don Smart. He has been a demon down the right side against the Cosmo defense. And still running with a high motor in the 73rd minute. Cosmos bring it back. Johandri Orozco steps into a right-footed blast over the bar.
That's just over-anxious, and in the 73rd minute, you shouldn't be over-anxious. He had time and space, just leaning back, got under the ball. You've got to put it on target. Make John Bush make a save.
This late in the game, are you maybe thinking, hey, let's just get anything we can on goal, see if you can create a rebound or a good bounce?
I think Cosmos have always wanted to make that one extra pass, but nothing wrong with taking a long-range effort.
Smart battling. Iose wins the first ball, but the second ball ends up on Marco Franco's foot. Obi Partapovic triple team. There was a green blanket that caught him on the sideline. Moffitt. Iose. Here's Bovair, another guy who you said needs to step up for the Cosmos in half 2. Good ball for Arango down the flank. Bovair, Smart pressures. Bovair forced wide, Marco Franco all over him. Johandri Orozco back for Arango. Moffitt reverses the field. Richter, cross, into the middle. Arango, just wide.
Now they're pressuring, they're knocking on the door, they can't put one in. There's Wanarongo. We've seen him score in the air, very good in the air. Richter plays a beautiful ball over. Goes wide of the post. John Bush was there.
Wanarongo, the Golden Ball winner as NASL MVP. 15 goals in the regular season. He scored in the semifinal and just missed a go-ahead goal in the 75th minute. We are still scoreless. Ochieng under pressure, didn't get rid of it. Obi Partapovic wide for Smart. Indy on the counter. Braun. No, it's cleared away. Ring trying to cycle it deep. Obi Partapovic, and there's Ochieng, well positioned to block Braun. Going up top. Arrieta ran to the left and the ball went off to his right. Easily played by Janicki. And a foul on the Cosmos. Substitution coming for the Cosmos. David Diosa will enter the game for New York. He'll take Yohandri Orozco's spot.
I think that's a very good substitution by Giovanni Savarese. Orozco, not the best of nights for him, and Diosa, he's quick. He's a darting type of player. He can get forward. He can track back and defend, so you're not losing anything defensively. You're gaining defensively. And Diosa has the ability to get forward and create.
For more on that, let's check in with Tina again.
And Bill, I spoke to Cosmos assistant coach Aleko Escuderian, and Shep, you are right. With Diosa, they're looking for energy. He's a great two-way player. They're going to go at, he's very good. He's going to go at Indy one-on-one, and they just wanted some help to get a goal in these last 15 minutes. They were happy with the shift from Orozco, but it was time to make that change. Bill?
All right, thanks, Tina. Diosa, one of the youngest Cosmos, 23, came up through the Cosmos U23 club. Smart the other way. Sliding tackle, and it's sent out. Good challenge coming back by Carlos Mendez, the Cosmo captain. Now Indy pushing bodies forward again. Have you felt the tenor of this game turn just a bit here as this is sent out for a goal kick?
I really still think the ebb and flow is with New York. Indy trying to be careful, looking to counterattack out of transition, getting the ball to their speedster, Don Smart. But New York with the better of the ball movement doesn't mean a thing unless you can put one in.
Best chance of this game came about 7 minutes ago. Don Smart for Indy 11 cranked one off the crossbar. His second crossbar today. We stay scoreless. Both goalies have only had to make one save today, but for Jimmy Maurer, it was a gem very early on. Stuck his left arm out and stoned Eamon Zaid from close in. Ubi Parapovic on top of the ball. Here comes Torado. Works it wide for Vukovic, the left back. Torado. Last week's goal scorer, Ubi Parapovic. Now Don Smart. Gonna bend one in. His cross in front. Mendez got a head on it. Moffitt clears it, but it did cross the end line. Corner kick. Good chance here.
Tell you what, great defensive header by Carlos Mendez. That ball whipped in by Don Smart, bending right at the edge of the 6-yard box. Mendez facing his own goal, able to head it away.
6th corner today for Indy 11. Zaid camps out right in front of Maurer. Some big bodies come up. Falvey and Janicki. Janicki has scored 4 goals this year. Cross center box, headed away. That was a wrong go on the front post defensively for the Cosmos. Torado in the midfield, has some space in front. Maybe could have stepped into a shot, instead plays Braun, squirted by him momentarily. Torado. All the way back for Franco, 80th minute, no score. There should be a decent chunk of stoppage time here in half 2 with a couple times the training staff had to come tend to Reversio.
And now is when the game gets tense. That one moment, that one play that can determine the season, a championship.
Pressure from Diosa onto the back line where Franco clears it away. Zaid tried to run onto the end of it and it hopped over him. Now, Shep, any changes you think Indy may be looking at here over the last 10 minutes? They still have 2 substitutes left.
No, I think, look, in the back of the mind of both coaches, nobody wants to think about it, but the possibility you have to play another 30 minutes.
Long cross in, Bush mishandled it, and it skipped wide. Wow. Near disaster for Indy 11.
Well, you talk about a play that could be catastrophic. Ryan Richter plays the ball in, and that's just a collision. 3 players. Bush, once he commits to going for the ball, he's got to go. He goes through his own player and Arrieta.
And Shep, look how close that was to Diosa. It came down at his foot, but he wasn't expecting it to get through to him.
That could have been disaster. Falvey, the player going up for that aerial ball, contested by Arrieta. John Bush goes for it, takes down both players, and the ball skims wide.
So that's a hard stopper for Tim Hankinson and staff. 81 minutes deep. Cosmos and Indy 11, they've been the best two teams in the North American Soccer League all season long, and there's nothing separating them in the final match of the year. Arango up top, Arrieta has a jump on Janicki. Arrieta gets to it, can't pull the trigger, and will play on. Janicki made contact with him at the end. Arrieta went down, no whistle.
Well, Giovanni Savarese going ballistic. That was a great ball over the top, Arrieta. Let's take a look into the area. That's a good non-call. That's a good non-call. Never made contact. Arrieta trying to get the shot off under pressure by Janicki. That's a good non-call by Alan Chapman.
Now Zaid on the other end finally gets a touch in half two. Braun out wide to Smart. Zubi Pardapovic lost to the Cosmos in the championship last year. Smart curling it in. Maurer goes high. Quick distribution, Cosmos will look to counter. Here's the fresh-legged David Diosa. Diosa will play advantage as he takes charge forward, and it's slid out. It's like the referee will give a corner, rather a throw to the Cosmos. He will not bring back a free kick. Or, yep, now he will, excuse me, Shep. So they bring back the advantage call and a yellow card as well.
Yeah, he was always going to get a yellow card on that play, and he's having a word with Arrieta, and he's telling Arrieta, stop with the histrionics. You know, you don't need to do that. I was always going to call the foul. Absolutely warrants a yellow card.
Yellow goes on Falvey. Second card issued by Alan Chapman, one on Ring, one on Falvey. Free kick Cosmos. NASL Championship final between the spring champion Indy 11, the fall and combined champion New York Cosmos. 84 minutes deep, no goals. This is settled down, Arrieta trying to work his way through. Flores dispossessed, and Janicki makes that staunch tackle at the end. Cosmos take it right back. Diosa into the game about 6 minutes ago as a substitute. David Diosa. Arango chose to let that one roll all the way through to Richter. That's physical play. The striker Braun all the way back to take it away for Indy. Will play on after the collision in midair. Zaid and Ochieng clash shoulders. Bouncing ball, Diosa. Arango works it wide. Arrieta cuts back. Now Arango. Way high, goal kick.
Well, it's the waning minutes of the game, but it's all New York now. This game being played in the half of Indy 11. John Bush knows it. That's why he's taking his time, putting the ball down. There are the tremendous supporters, the Brickyard Battalion from Indy 11.
Shep, I like you, but after 14 hours on a bus, I don't know if I'd be jumping up and down with you there at the end for 85 minutes or so, but hey, maybe it stretches the legs. Ochieng drills it the other way. Dedicated group, they sold out their entire ticket allotment. Indy to New York, not an easy trip.
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't want to take that 14-hour ride home after a loss, and it's still all to play for.
86th minute, Cosmo throw. Torado picked the ball up for a bit to try and stall the Cosmo possession. Long throw incoming in the 86th minute. Cosmos push jerseys forward. Targeting Arango. Head on it. Easy for Bush.
Well, again, we always talk about momentum or lack of momentum. If you're in the 11 now, I think you're just playing for that whistle to end and try and collect yourself. If you could steal one, terrific, but they don't want to gamble now. New York still with the ball.
Arrieta chugs forward. Jairo Arrieta attacking Franco, lays it off. Iose, cross, nobody home in green. Vukovic heads it away. A touch by Zaid. Now Toronto has brought up to his left. Indy 11 coming forward in the 87th minute. Ubi Parapovic was Smart wide right. Here's Don Smart. He's been dangerous all day. Mishit that one, and it's tackled away by the Cosmos. Iose. All right, here comes Arrieta again for New York. Jairo Arrieta, 7 goals during the regular season. And his pass here is cut out by Brad Ring. 87 minutes in, still scoreless. This is Smart, still a lot left in his legs, 87 minutes in. Cross, and nobody around, Jimmy Maurer. He's been looking for these quick distributions, Shep, when he gets his hands on the ball.
Yeah, Indy flooding players forward, and that's why there are plenty of spaces for Jimmy Maurer to try and get the attack going in transition.
This is the Cosmos' second substitute. Diosa, David Diosa, no foul as Ring stepped in on him at the end. Remember Ring playing with a yellow card for Indy 11. Don Smart is down on the pitch, and he may be cramping as he tries to stretch out his left and right legs. Indy 11 will play it out. Shep, Don Smart has been huge, but if you put a mileage tracker on him today, he's probably covered more ground than anybody.
Yeah, he's been terrific. This stage of the game, everybody sees the big clock up on the scoreboard. Players know what's at stake. Nobody wants to be the guy to make a mistake.
Indy is ready to make a substitution. Looks like Duke Lacroix waits. We'll see what the substitution is signaled in. Lacroix, really talented, speedy player who can get forward into the attack.
Well, we talked about this man being worked on. For me, he was the most dangerous player on the field tonight.
All right, let's check in with Tina. She's over there watching everything happen on the pitch.
And I spoke to Indy 11 assistant coach Tim Regan, and he said with Lacroix, he is very dynamic. He brings pace. He beats people. Hey, he got goal of the year. We showed that to you at halftime. So as players begin to fatigue out there, Lacroix could bring something special and add to their attack. Bill?
Thank you, Tina. Let's see, Duke Lacroix originally was set to enter the game for Sinisia Uba Parapovic. That's what they had on the board, but they've yet to officially signal that in, so maybe with the injury, you wonder if he'll take Don Smart's spot.
Well, again, at this juncture in the game, both Tim Hankinson and Giovanni Savarese, they're thinking about 30 minutes of extra time and penalty kicks. You have to think about who can make it, who can survive, and then who can still be standing.
Here was Smart earlier, our best chance at goal today. Ripped it off the crossbar, and he will leave the game with the cramp. So instead of Ubi Parapovic heading out, Duke Lacroix takes Don Smart's spot. The 2013 Ivy League Player of the Year at the University of Pennsylvania enters the game. Shep, you're an Ivy League guy. You played at Harvard. Good soccer played in the Ivy League.
Yeah, tremendous, and I hated University of Pennsylvania, but nothing against Lacroix. I mean, they play good soccer there, and he's been a great addition to Indy 11.
Yeah, we're into the 90th minute. There will be 5 minutes of stoppage time, so still plenty of meat on the bone in regulation as these two teams look for a winner. If not, 30 minutes of extra time. And I'll knock on wood as I say it, but possible penalties await. Battling forward along the sideline. Ball goes out to Indy 11.
Well, everything, Bill, gets magnified at the end of a game and stoppage time. Every player on the field knows one mistake.
They'll bring it back because that restart came before referee Alan Chapman was ready for it. It's good news for the Cosmos because Indy 11 had bodies flying forward there.
Yeah, they did. And I started to say one mistake or that moment of magic.
Yep.
There are big-time players on this field who right now are taking a deep breath saying, let me take this on. Let me get the game winner.
It's a free kick. Falvey is forward from the back. Front post, side, deflected it just wide, but it bounced off a Cosmo, so corner kick coming. Another set piece for Indy 11 in the 92nd minute.
That could have been catastrophic for New York. Jimmy Maurer would have had no chance. It was deflected, but wide of the post.
Here it comes again. Back post, looking for Falvey, defended away. Broad on it. Tries to cross it through, out. Off of Indy 11, goal kick Cosmos. They survive the pressure, 92 minutes deep. Checking again with Tina here in the 93rd minute.
Bill, as these two teams prepare for extra time, which it looks like we could be entering into that, Indy 11 has brought out the bananas. You have to wonder if these players would ingest them after the regulation time before they go out for the extra time. Back to you.
Got to get that potassium. 93rd minute. Right now, Indy 11 and the Cosmos knotted up, nothing.